questions are you asking? That's what I want to talk about today. Hello, everyone. I'm Denise Hansard, and I'm your coach, an intuitive geek. And as we look at it, I think about asking questions. And I look at Albert Einstein, and I'm going to paraphrase what he said. He said, if there was a problem I needed to solve, and I only had an hour in which to do it, I would spend the first 55 minutes asking and thinking about what's the right question to ask. Because once I have the right question, it only takes me 5 minutes to find a solution. Like I said, paraphrasing, but you get the idea. It's about the questions that we ask ourselves. Are we asking a question to solve a problem coming from the same place in which we created the problem, or the problem was created in our life? Whatever makes you feel right. Because we cannot solve a problem asking a question from where we were when it became about in our life. Take, for example, you're in a position to where you lashed out at someone. An argument could be with a spouse, a family member, a friend, or a coworker. And you are still in that anger and the emotional aspect of where you were when you lashed out with someone, trying to figure out what you wanted to do next. Yeah. How many times have you gone to something and thought about saying something and maybe even said it to the person only to make matters worse? Or something happened to you and immediately you drop into that emotional state and write out an email that you are about to just hit send on, realizing that's probably not the answer. So you need to ask yourself a different question, not the question of what do I need to do right in this moment, but the question of what would be the best thing for me to do at this moment, and settle into that. A lot of times we get into, like I said, the emotional state. We can't see the forest for the trees. And we can't even think about the question. So that's kind of like what we need to do, is to hit that pause button, as I've talked about many times before. Because coming from that emotional state where you're feeling very much up in your head, into your ego, wanting to keep you safe, is never going to solve the solution of what the problem was in the first place. And in our example, that was lashing out and creating tension, stress in a relationship, no matter what that relationship is. So for you and whatever is going on in your life today, what question are you asking yourself? Questions are very powerful. And as Albert Einstein said, give me 55 minutes to figure out the right question. I'll find a solution in 5. So you may be wondering, how can I get help on asking the right question? Where do I go from here? What's next for me? Well, that is something that I do in my coaching programs to help people, and especially women, to step into what's next for them, which means asking the right questions, figuring out their dreams, and moving forward and bringing it into reality. So keep watching. That means like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.